Hi, welcome. My name is Andrea Henning, and I'm one of the global leaders of Tiara International. And you choose this workshop probably because you were intrigued by its title, Becoming Your Best Friend. And we will figure out in this workshop, I don't know exactly how long it will be, but we will figure out what that means and actually how good you are doing in being your best friend. I don't want to say a lot about it. I just want to dive in, and I would like to share my screen with you so that we have the questions that I want to ask you front and center. You can also print the Tiara tool that comes with it. And what you also can do afterwards, you can watch a TED Talk by Christine Neff about self-compassion. So this is a little package to get you closer to being a better friend to yourself. Often we think that by beating ourselves up and being pretty candid with ourselves, that would help us to get motivated. But actually, it is scientifically proven that that's not true. It is actually energy draining. So today, what we will figure out is how you are doing in befriending yourself. So let me start sharing my screen with you. And in the meantime, you can get ready. You can actually have a pen and paper ready, or as I said, the printed version of this Tiara tool. And I would like you to not read through it, but just follow my instructions with this inquiry and answering these questions from a place of your subconscious, where there's a lot of truth if you ask the right questions. So from this place of your subconscious, giving an honest answer to these questions. So let us just take a deep breath and relax and get into the first question. So just imagine that you ignored the alarm clock and you overslept for 30 minutes. And now you're in a hurry to get everything done in the morning and be on time for an important meeting. So I think that has happened at least once in a lifetime to all of us, that we overslept. So just bear with me and bear with that scenario, tap into it, and really be honest about how your reaction to that is. So what is your first reaction? What do you say and how do you feel when this happens? So jot it down, whether it's on your piece of paper or it is on the Tiara tool, on the handout. And try to note kind of the exact words. You know yourself pretty well. So what would be the exact words that you would use if something like that happens? Okay, so let's go to the next question. You just received an email from your boss that you were supposed to be at an important meeting with him. You totally forgot. Above all, he hasn't been able to reach you because your cell phone battery was dead. So again, picture that scenario. What is your first reaction? What do you say? And how do you feel? Okay, let's see what the next question generates for you. Imagine you just stepped out of the house to walk the dog, closed the front door behind you, and found out that you left the house key inside. What is your first reaction? What do you say? And how do you feel? Now comes another one. You applied for a job inside of your company. you really, really would love to get. It is exactly how you envisioned your perfect next move. You send a follow-up letter, but you do not hear anything back for quite a long time. So, what is the self-talk that is starting within you? How do you react to that? And how does it make you feel? And be as honest as possible. Okay, let's take the next one. Think of something unpleasant recently that happened that you played part in. So that is a real life example of your recent history. What was unpleasant, what happened, and what was your part. And then, like, what was your reaction to it? What did you tell yourself, and how did you feel? Okay, so here we are. Yeah, maybe you can make some notes, some insights. Maybe what is the recurring theme, how you feel, or how you talk to yourself, words you use. And if I'm going too quick for you because you would like to contemplate a little longer, you can always push the pause button of this video and then come back. So now let's take the next step. So, yep, you can use this box to to write it down, to write your answers down, or take pen or paper, and I will go back to the questions. So, just imagine your best friend ignored the alarm clock and overslept for 30 minutes. Now she's in a hurry to get everything done in the morning and be on time for an important meeting. What is your first reaction towards her story? What would you say to her? And how would you love her to feel? Go ahead and capture that. The next one. Your best friend just told you that she received an email from her boss that she was supposed to be at an important meeting with him, but she forgot. And above all, her battery died, so he couldn't reach her. What is your first reaction to that story she tells you? And what do you say to her? And how would you like her to feel about that? Write that down. Next one. Your best friend just told you, like, oh my God, this morning I stepped out of the house to walk the dog and I totally forgot my key inside. What is your reaction? What do you say to her? And how would you like her to feel about that? And just imagine the reality of that. Just imagine that it really happened. You can picture one of your best friends. Next one. Your best friend told you that she had applied for a job inside of her company and she would really, really love to get that because it's exactly perfect for her next move. And she sent a letter, but didn't hear anything back for quite some time now. So again, what would you tell her? What would you say to her? And how would you like her to feel about that? And the next one is your best friend told you a story about something really unpleasant that just happened in her life. And yeah, she tells you that. And yeah, you react to that. So what is it, what you would say to her in that case? And how would you like her to feel about that? Okay. So now look at this set of answers and look at what your insights are about that. What do you notice and what can you conclude out of that? So take your time. What do you conclude? And I've done this inquiry a lot of times with people. And some of them really were shocked about the difference, how they address themselves and how they would address their friends. And some of them even said like, oh my God, my self-talk is toxic. So look at how it is for you. It might be toxic. It might be not so different. Anyhow, it is a measurement about how good a friend you are to yourself. And then you can also look behind it and ask yourself the question, why am I addressing myself in that way? And why am I addressing my friend in that way? So what is your reason? What is your reason? Why are you doing that? And of course, I don't know your exact answer, but what often happens is that what I said in the beginning, that people try to motivate themselves with wanting to be perfect, with beating themselves up. And it's actually not motivational, it's depleting. Everyone does something wrong once in a while. And of course, we can learn from our mistakes. Sometimes it isn't even a mistake, just life that's happening. But we are really, really, really hard on ourselves. And what is a good thing to practice is like, be the friend to yourself, like the friend that you would be to someone else. And Nathaniel Brand has a beautiful quote about that. He says, self-acceptance is my refusal to be in an adversarial relationship with myself. So be in a good relationship with yourself. And what does that mean? And it doesn't mean that you let yourself off the hook. It means like looking at yourself with honesty. But it also means like give yourself a break and just treat yourself the way that you would treat your neighbor, that you would treat another person. Yeah. So I would be very interested in what comes up for you as a result of that inquiry. And so you can comment, you can ask questions. If something comes up for you that you have even a deeper question, you can go to the Resource Circle page and push the button Ask a Coach, and we will come back to you with something concrete. But sit with this for some time, and maybe from that awareness, you can make a commitment to yourself. And next time, when you are involved in some kind of overcritical self-talk, catch yourself in the middle and pause and think, how would I address this if it would be someone else? And if you want to dive a little bit deeper into it, you can watch the TED Talk of Christine Neff. She is a what she calls herself a self-compassion evangelist. So, and you can dive a little bit more into that. I mean, being self-compassionate is not something that you learn over time. Often we don't know where does this self-talk come from. Maybe it's our upbringing. God knows where it comes from, our personality type. But it's good to know that there is actually a difference how we address ourselves and we address other people. So I hope that this helps you to soften up the relationship that you have with yourself. And again, if you have any questions or comments or insights, we would love to hear that. You can always reach out to us. We are here for you. We are no different than you in this one. It's a tough thing to learn. And yeah, so we hope to hear from you, and we hope to see you also in some of these other workshops that we are offering. Have a great day wherever you are. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.